Lying in bed, my wife, she said, I'd love to hear the patter of tiny feet. To my surprise, as I looked in her eyes, she said, I'm gonna buy some sheep. Sheep? I said. Sheep, she said, gonna buy some sheep.
Okay, so clean out and then a quick spray with Jay's fluid here, just down the walls. And we use lime as well sometimes, but anyway, just whenever there's a quick turnaround, the Jay's fluid works well. Don't know about anybody else. The storm this last few days, we'll have bits of board and everything about the place to try and shelter the wee lambs. The drafts that was coming through was fierce. Okay, this is a triplet girl that we've just lambed. She's been lambing all morning and it was taking a bit of a time, so anyway we looked at her, and yet another one that was ring-wombed and took patience and whatever. So the lambs, we eventually got them out, and she was scanned for triplets. She's had triplets. This is her second lot of lambs. I do not know what is making them ring-wombed, but I'll have to do a Google to find that out.
But with triplets you do be prone to get ringworm for whatever reason.
Okay. So it's, I think, about 2 o'clock. We haven't had any lunch, so we'll run in and get a wee bite of lunch and come back out and get some colostrum into these wee lambs in half an hour or an hour's time. They're very sleepy, so we'll let them waken up a bit. So powdered colostrum is what we're using here. The mum does have plenty of milk, but they're big lambs, so just giving them a wee 50 mils or 100 mils if they'll take it. So this boy's going to take the whole thing if it won't stop. He's going well. I think you've had enough. Leave some for everybody else. And we've just put the lamp on because it's really cold tonight, and the other day we had left lambs in the daytime, a set of triplets, and one of them again nearly died. It literally had froze and we had to have the hair dryer, hot water bottle, heat lamp, fleecy blanket. For
Put it in a glove and submersed it in warm water.
Yes, the Sandy Brock remedy.
Today's drama is that Big Lugs here, she had twins. This is her second one here. The first one came out in a bag, totally would have been suffocated, like inside a balloon, if I hadn't have been there to pull it off. But when I pulled it off, this is what I saw. Now, if you're squeamish, you may want to look away. The whole intestines or guts of the lamb had come out when the navel string broke. The whole guts come out of it. So it was a whole panic. Barbara happened to be about as well, so we're able to get a plastic bag, put it right round the lamb, keep it clean. Took it up to the vet, and we've got him stitched up, the guts all back in and stitched up. So it's been heavily sedated, so we're just waiting to see if the lamb comes round now. So this is our little lamb recovering here. You've seen the pictures of the whole intestines out. So we'll have a hot water bottle in below him here and this heat lamp on him. Oh yes. So he's just kind of recovering here. and it's still touch and go. So there you are. We had to stitch him up in there, put his guts all back in. Is that right, wee girl? It's a wee ewe lamb, and it's just coming round. So then the next thing will be, will the mother reject it? It hasn't even had any colostrum yet, but we can't give it anything till it's actually sitting up. But he's coming around. So this girl here, she had triplets last night. And there's a little kitten of one here and two bigger ones, but they're still pretty small. Well, she's not a big sheep anyway, so that was last night. And then this morning as well, we had this little girl out in the back garden with all her other ewes. So this is our first little ewe lamb to lamb, and she had twins. She's a lovely temperament. This girl's very quiet indeed, so she is. And her other little lamb somewhere in there, I can't quite, yeah, it's in behind there. Tail's going, so it must be trying to get a drink. Now this girl here, she had twins. She didn't really need assistance, but I just was giving her a wee pull at the last. So she's two lovely lambs and she's trying to get them up. I was just into the house there to get my lunch. My mic on, and this package was at the door, fragile, so I better not drop it. Let's see what we've got. I didn't order anything, so unless Barbara has been ordering something. Okay, let's get the wrapping off. This is like Christmas all over again.
So over the years, just to give a wee shout out to Roy from Stockmaster, we've got our hurdles and buckets and bucket holders from him over the years, competitively priced, super service, very efficient, delivered to the door, no messing about. So if you're needing anything, recommend that you give Stockmaster. Look up their website, they've got a great website. Of all their various products that they have. So iodine is in short supply this year, I believe. So this is an alternative, and we're giving that a go with spraying the wee lambs' navels as soon as they come out from their mums to keep infection down. So we're using that. Ivan will not develop our recording system. So within this, we needed a new book to write down our lambing, our numbers, and record all that. So handy wee book and a few pens that always are needed. A hat to keep Ivan warm. So we're all good to go and do a bit of recording here because it's so easy. You think you'll remember it all, and then 2 days later you've forgotten. 2 hours later. Just wanted to say thank you to the folks who left these nibbles on our doorstep. Just whenever we're lambing, we don't have time to think about cooking or very eating. You're just eating on the hoof. So anyway, thank you so much. And there was even a plant bulb, something or other. Thank you so much for that, whoever you are. I have no idea, but thank you. Just a shout out, and some of you will probably know whenever I say a special wee man, but every year since we have started lambing sheep, this wee man comes up at least once during our lambing time with chippies from the local chippy fish and chips for us, and we'll have it out in the shed. This year he called down at the chippy and it was closed. It was a Monday night and he was a bit put about But anyway, Ivan was happy enough with the Swizzlers that he brought to keep him chewing.
So there you are. So just keep the presents coming, folk. I'm really enjoying it. I do need a new car now, if there's anybody out there.
A new tractor.
And a tractor as well. Just into the world and his mum's licking him dry. So there's your first steps within about 5 minutes of being born. It's a wee bit coggly at the start. It's hard to get their balance. In 10 minutes they'll be up and going. Are you trying to get up as well? So that's the life cycle. Now, an update on our little lamb that had all its intestines out when it was born. It struggled on for a day and it was actually up walking about and making an amazing recovery. But then it took watery mouth about 2 in the morning. I was up feeding it and tubing it, and it had just taken watery mouth, which is a terrible old thing to get if you can get rid of it at all. And unfortunately the wee lamb passed. It didn't survive it. After the mighty struggle it put up to live, let me tell you, and we did everything. We had intravenous injections and everything for it. We worked with it day and night, but just it wasn't to be. So Barbara and I had a hug and a cry in the kitchen, would you believe? Now sometimes events like that can make you reflect greatly on your own life. But there you are, that's the story, and that's the end of it for another session, folks, and hopefully we'll see you next Friday if we're not too busy. Thanks for watching.